And greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the Indoor Tavern. We're in a bit of a soft opening here, but we've got a lot to cover up. And since there's not a lot of you, welcome to uh, the um, the channel that's just starting, separated from my biblical channel to this one. Separated from my biblical channel, where Will Kincaid-esque news unit-ish things can take place. And we're gonna do a lot of things today. We're gonna do some stream sniping, we're gonna do some have my tea with me, have my oolong tea, and we're gonna be looking at some. I mean, as per the description, we're going to be looking at four things, in which one of the things which Brett Keane has deleted, which is the debate between Smokey and TTOR. But what I'm going to do is instead, I'm going to. Where did I? Here. I'm going to open up a classic in which Smokey participated. And what I'm going to do is give my thoughts in this one. Smokey, you just worship your master Smokey Saint. Well, I guarantee you guys, he doesn't have me on a leash. I'm not I'm not leaving prayers, and I'm not asking intercession from the grand exalted owl. But if you want to believe that, then I'll continue my alter ego. But anyway, I'm going to start playing this, and let's see what kind of nonsensical commentary I can come up with. And by the way, link is in the side chat if anybody wants to come in and interact with me. So let's enjoy the show, everybody. Oh, I muted it. I'm an idiot. So let's see what they were talking about.
I was just wondering if I could talk on my own channel. I was going to make a joke. I lost it. It's cool.
Well, if nobody else is going to talk, Smokey, did you come in here to talk?
No, honestly, I've never got to encounter John Peterson. I think they call him John Donkey Peterson. I don't know. But later on, he just strikes me as opportunistic type of character.
I guess. This is some interesting big brain ideas about moderation here. I mean, are you guys familiar what gish galloping actually is? Like if you kind of moderate a room.
I gotta go back.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
I already know where you're going. I didn't gish gallop. I just proved my
Can
point.
I finish? Can I just finish? Can I just maybe make my point before everyone starts responding to the point?
Oh, Elder, you're invited to come inside the panel, but I guess you have other pressing matters to do now, like spending time with the woman of your life. But if she allowed that, or if both of you do come in here, it would be rather a delight. But I'm just gonna try to get through everything here. We're gonna do some commentary, like we're gonna go through all the material, and this is gonna be a very, very openish chat. Like, I don't care if we don't get through all the material, we don't go through everything of the material. We're just gonna kick back, lay down, and chill out, and give our thoughts and opinions on the Laos cow that's taking place here. So I wonder. I mean, I'm lost. I've watched this already, but I can pop in for a minute. No, I suggest you don't. You don't want to wake up the missus, or I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna play.
I literally haven't lived yet. Appreciate it. Thank you. When you do this type of moderation,
I mean, honestly, Smokey, if she does wake up, she will want to pop in. She would. I mean, honestly, Smokey, she will want to pop in and give. It's like she's going to be taking me to school when she gives her extensive commentary here. And you know how I like to do my commentary? Like, I want to point things out using poetry. But then again, I like to think that Lo is pretty sharp. I mean, no offense to you, my dude. I mean, you're my elder and all. But Lo has a particular type of sharpness. Anyway,
what happens is you have people by hand, by order of like first come first serve, especially in one of these atheist rooms or even in a Christian room would have the same problem. You have a bunch of people that will be able to make the same points on the same side over and over again, and the people that maybe want to respond have to wait until basically 1,000 points have been laid out there. So I just heard Mr. Parker, Leophilius, you, and even Raging all get to kind of weigh in, and everyone had to kind of.
Just to be clear, this Tioga is a mystery interlocutor to me. Tioga. I'm not sure if that's a Tagalog word, but
wait their turn out and sit here for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. I just thought that was interesting. Choice and moderation. But anyway, I'll let you respond to that if you want. Otherwise, I just
I'd like to respond to that because the way it works is, people put their hand in the chat. We go in order, but we also let one-on-ones develop. Okay, and if somebody wants to get a particular subject, then they can get in on that subject. But
we are going to be talking, John. We are going to have to be able to switch it up on the spot when I think we should. We honestly we should have went into God the moment Smokey Saint got here. I wanted to stop talking politics about 30 minutes ago. This is not what my channel's for.
I mean, you want to stop talking about politics, dude, because the last time I saw you talk about it, when it came to the moral construct of consent, that didn't go well for you. And that was like in a really old praise stream where we were still friends and kissing each other. And then the next thing you know, they turned face. But yeah, you didn't do so well. And if you want further proof of that, what I'm going to do is go back to one of my archives at the same time and show the masses and how you actually fared on that one. All right.
Well, you're political. I thought you liked that.
I stopped doing political since Ali left, dude. People don't come here to watch politics.
Kudos getting reins on the donkey. Appreciate it, Knock. Absolutely.
No. That's not what's happening here at all.
Sure it is. Can I just ask a question?
No, real quick, John.
Just to invoke Mrs. Smokey Saint for a while, she wasn't wrong when she says that the atheists like to LARP around Christians that make Christianity look bad. Look at John Peterson, for example. The stupid crap that he believes. I'm not sure if he's Smokes, you know this guy. You should be able to fill me in on who he is. Like, I don't know where he's LARPing around, but you could fill me in this one. All right. I don't need extensive lore. I just need to know what he believes.
Has equal say and is the moderator on this thing. So that's why, I didn't do it at the time. I did not do it at the time. And God damn it, John, don't put him backstage.
Put him backstage.
I know, don't do that. Don't.
Catch that?
On this thing. So that's why, I didn't do it at the time. I did not do it at the time. And God damn it, John, don't put him backstage.
Put him backstage.
I know, don't do that. Don't.
Moderator.
Did he just deny? Did he just deny by saying, well, I didn't put him backstage? So it's either of the scumbags up here.
You're not.
You are, but God damn it, John. We've had this fucking talk. Don't fucking do this shit.
He's not going to come in here and fucking start his normal shit. And
censorship.
Oh my fucking God, John. We've had this talk. Come on, dude.
So why is there different rules for Smokey?
Because there's different rules, dude.
Because you're a hateful. What does your avatar say? Oh yeah, you're a hateful dunce. Yeah, good job, dude.
We oh my fucking God.
You both are doing what Smokey wants you to do. Just let it.
I understand that.
Brilliant. Can I ask my question? I can ask the question I intended to come in 30 minutes ago and ask. Is it possible? I'm not gonna touch on the political stuff because I think you guys just want to be able to talk it on your own side and all that stuff, but that's fine. You guys do your thing with that. But I just wanted to ask Peterson if you could define a Christian for me. Is it muted? But I just wanted to ask Peterson if you could define a Christian for me. Is it muted?
Well, who are you talking to?
Peterson. I wanted to ask Peterson the question if he could define a Christian for me. I'm not hearing anything. Is something wrong?
I don't know.
I think he got so mad to the point where he sort of irked and somehow jostled an audio jack, and he's no longer talking. I mean, but dude, how do you do it? Okay, how do you just make people irk at the sight of you. Like, seriously, like, I used to be annoying, but your annoying is a different kind of annoying than I have, because my kind of annoying is basically the kind of annoying you would see in everyday life, like the insufferable kind of annoying. I mean, annoying probably in the same degree, insufferable at the same time, but this hits differently. It's like, oh, I can't handle the dude. Dude, your rendition of the Jeopardy song is just making my ears. I got ear cancer for. I'm just kidding. Okay.
I literally sat in here for like 30 minutes for just this kind of like one question. Like, I listened to a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's good for the channel if I at least just appear and sit in the corner for a bit and be respectful. I don't actually intentionally go in the room to disrupt, like Ronnie said he tries to do to me. What's happening right now? Why is there no response or anything?
All right. So what was your question, Smokey?
Okay. The question was, I was asking if Peterson could actually tell me the definition of Christian. That was my question.
The definition of a Christian is somebody that believes in Jesus Christ.
Well, no, I was. Is that Peterson's definition too?
That's my definition. I'm answering you.
Well, why? Oh, he's not going to.
I guess.
Oh, you sure are, man. You sure are, Mama. You're a cute kind of annoying, and we accept that. I think the other kind of annoying that you don't accept is Kurgi jokes and me LARPing as Kurgi with my fedora and mask. But don't worry, no Kurgi-esque things today. I'm not gonna wear a costume. I'm not gonna pretend to be some Finnish tagabukid or something. I mean, look what I'm having. Look what I'm having. See, it's not beer. I'm having tea. I'm having tea in my canister. So this is actually a really nice looking canister, because what I could do is enjoy healthy amounts. I mean, I can have my coffee or my tea here, and this little buddy over here, I can enjoy it. I can enjoy coffee or tea in some very healthy amounts. And in case if I get lost in the commentary, this little thermos right here with its insulation proper situation, I don't have to worry if it gets cold. Okay? And you see this thing here? I just press. It's locked. But if I want to pour, I press it again. This thing is very, very useful. Like utility at its finest, my dude. Like, it's like you basically put cutlery on cutlery, but it's useful. Redundant, but it's useful. To be honest, I would die of laughter. Kurgi did come back. Yeah, me too. Like, he comes in there just high and drunk at the same time, and then like, hello, Mr. Smokey. I'm pretty drunk and high. Smokey. Who the fuck is this guy? Okay. I'm better off something like Otangelo, because apparently all I have to be is Kermit, and I have to basically find a nice European accent, and then I just combine it with Kermit the Frog. But I sound more like Italian, but later on I found out that he was actually a Brazilian. Swedish type. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the tulips, the tulip season, and I'm pretty sure that that is not Swedish. But I want to go to see the tulips. Because it's a beautiful place, and I gotta get through the material. I'm sorry. Got a little carried away, guys.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you guys have a good night then.
All right.
Oh man,
I've been sitting here for an entire hour.
He's not going to.
I guess
Definition too.
that's my definition. I'm answering you.
Well, why? Oh, he's not going to.
I guess not.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you guys have a good night then.
All right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, John Peterson refused to talk, so pointless.
Oh man,
I've been sitting here for an entire hour. No, you were.
He did exactly what he wanted to do. He did exactly what he wanted to fucking do.
And he did.
Yeah. Have you seen the video by Smokey about you not being an ally for the LGBTQ or something?
Yeah, he was criticizing Knock for being like a terrible ally for the LGBTQ plus movement when Smokey isn't an ally at all. Like, dude, you have fucking room to talk.
So what? Even if he wasn't an ally to begin with. I think I remember Smokey taunting Knock that he has an argument that Knock hates the gays more than he thinks Smokey hates the gays. That should be that should be in an old Praise stream, but since Praise had to quote unquote reform his channel, which included having to lose his old one and probably deleting some oldies, the only place I could go to is a video where Smokey was streaming the entire thing. And he was up in that bitch for like between 5 to 8 hours. So, yeah, I guess we could look into that. I mean, that's going to be for another episode. I'm gonna play this again for references and foundational references, and we'll get to the thing. But right now, no, like, dude, even if Smokey is not exactly a gay ally, like, fine, you can technically it's hypocrisy, but no. What Smokey was trying to do was point out Knock's hypocrisy. All right. Now at the surface, you may be saying that Smokey's you may be thinking you're pointing out his hypocrisy, but this is a paradox, my dude. Okay, fine. Probably Rage was taunting him. Oh, it's always about the gays with you, huh, Smokey? It's always about the gays with you. And then Smokey's kind of like, you know what? I don't think he keeps saying that, but I'll put it this way. I have a good argument that you hate the gays more than you think that I do. So, what seems to me is this is a paradox, dude. You got yourself in the paradox. Smokey was not trying to be a hypocrite about being a gay ally. He was pointing out that although Knock is being a gay ally, he's actually a hater. And Kat, in some video, was managed to point this out in a very indirect but brilliant manner. So, which I have a video for, actually. Well, not exactly my video, but property of the Base Apes. So we'll look into that later.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he said the word balls, and like Quentin was there too, and like, you keep saying the word balls and balls and balls, and I'm like, yeah, because you guys.
Finish. Don't finish what you're saying.
Well, like the video was like I think it was a Brett Keane was like freaking out because Quentin kept saying the word balls, but like he was just trying to explain like him like a joke, and so he said the joke again and explains the joke, but then Brett Keane's like, balls, you said it again, God, why does he keep saying balls? And he's like, because I'm explaining a joke, and then freaking Smokey somehow correlates that to not being an ally or something. I don't know.
I don't think anybody does. I want to have a one-on-one discussion with Smokey about what a scientific consensus is. That's what I want to do. Oh my God, it would be so
Let's see if you can properly identify when the logical fallacy argument from authority actually holds.
I don't think most people know what it is. But the thing is that the argument from authority is always a fallacy. The time that it's not a fallacy, yes, it's always a fallacy. If it's not, you're not arguing from authority, you're deferring to expertise. Argument from authority and deferment to expertise are two different things. This one, argument from authority, is always fallacious. Deferment to expertise is never fallacious. Two different things. Argument from authority, by its very definition, is fallacious. Always. If you are saying, hey, look, I don't know this stuff. These people are professionals. This is what they're saying. I'm going with what they're saying. That's not an argument from authority. That's deferment to expertise. That's not fallacious. If you say, well, this person's a professional. They said this, therefore it must be true. That's an argument from authority, not deferment to expertise. Two different things. One is fallacious. One is not.
So what do you think? Hold on. I need to go back there. Like, he's defining these terms good. I need to go back a few notches.
Arguing from authority, I don't think most people know what it is. But the thing is that the argument from authority,
somehow correlates that to not being balls. You said it again, God. Why does he keep saying balls? And he's like, because I'm explaining a joke. And then freaking Smokey somehow correlates that to not being an ally or something. I don't know.
I don't think anybody does. I want to have a one-on-one discussion with Smokey about what a scientific consensus is. That's what I want to do. Oh my God, it would be so
Let's
much
see if
fun.
he can properly identify when the
Oh, I get it now. So I know where he's coming from when he's defining between referring to professional thingy things and whatever he said and appeal to authority. Let's take a look. Let's take a listen.
when the logical fallacy argument from authority actually holds.
I don't think most people know what it is. But the thing is that the argument from authority is always a fallacy. The time that it's not a fallacy, yes, it's always a fallacy. If it's not, you're not arguing from authority, you're deferring to expertise. Argument from authority and deferment to expertise are two different things. This one, argument from authority, is always fallacious. Deferment.
So what do you think Smokey was doing when he was having a one? So what do you think you saw when Smokey was supposedly deferring to expertise or appealing to authority? I mean, knowing my elder, he doesn't say, oh, look, somebody said this, therefore it must be true. He doesn't do that. Or put it this way. Another good example of an appeal to authority would be between an astronaut and a Christian scholar. I would rather listen to the Christian scholar. Or maybe the Islamist can be a broken clock and he's right about a lot of things. But I'm not going to get theology from an Islamist at the same time. Just because an Islamist said that doesn't make it true. I mean, if I want Christian theology, I'm not going to get it from an Islamist. I mean, between knowing a thing or two about planets, I would ask an astronomer every time compared to what an astrologist has to say. That's not exactly appeal to authority, my dude. It's not. I mean, I'm not making the argument of, well, he said that, or none of us is doing like, oh, he said that, he said this, and it's true. No. Okay, it's not appeal to authority that I ask. I mean, which is what you said. I ask expertise, right? But appeal to authority is more like, oh, he said this, therefore it must be true. We're not arguing that. We're basically saying, well, by way of the evidence that points out, and then and then this quotation is actually making sense. Therefore, it should be sound. We're not trying to put it like in an infallibilistic or indefensible manner whatsoever. That's not like when we refer to expertise. That's not what we're doing. I mean, like, what if you quoted Richard Lewontin, one of Richard Lewontin's work, and I said, oh, appeal to authority. Or if I quoted Kenny Rhodes' work, is that appeal to authority? Of course not. So what really sets the difference of deferring to expertise and appeal to authority? Because it's almost like as if I can't quote any professional whatsoever. So me quoting expertise is not necessarily lonesome, is not necessarily appeal to authority. I'm not saying, oh, he said this. It could be part of the premise, could be part of the argument. And what I want to do is, I'm lost. Crap. Much like Kenny Rhodes, his ADHD is very contagious. I lost it. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Like, it wouldn't be necessarily appeal to authority if I quoted Kenny. Because it's not just because he has a number of credentials. It's because I know that the guy knows what he's talking about. It's not just because he says this. I'm just saying, well, it comes from his mouth, therefore it must be true. No, because an appeal to authority has a component of credentialism, and we know that credentials, by the word of what's this guy's name again? He quoted this one. He said, credentials or PhDs are indirect evidences of you knowing what you're talking about, but indirect evidence must give way to direct evidence. Show me you don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care whether or not you have the degree. Show me you know what you're talking about, and I don't care whether or not you have the degree. See what I mean? Anyway.
To expertise is never fallacious. Two different things. Argument from authority, by its very definition, is fallacious. Always. If you are saying, hey, look, I don't know this stuff. These people are professionals. This is what they're saying. I'm going with it.
And one more thing. I mean, if we're going to go with consensus, I'm pretty sure that there's more substantiation to be made. I don't think he's just saying, oh, well, a majority of people said this, therefore. That would be ad popularium or something like that.
They're saying that's not an argument from authority. That's deferment to expertise. That's not fallacious. If you say, well, this person's a professional, they said this, therefore it must be true. That's an argument from authority, not deferment to expertise. Two different things. One is fallacious, one is not.
Tioga, but I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is there something you want to say?
Tioga.
Oh,
Tioga.
thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. I just think that giving Smokey special privileges over the rest of us is bad. I think we all know that he is coming in here to undermine what you're saying.
Well, Tioga, Knock needs that. He needs Smokey to run his mouth, so that's why. It's not about special privileges, mind you.
It's not special
It seems
privileges.
like
I
it.
don't want people booted
Well,
from my
He
fucking
has to
stream.
raise his hand too.
And there is a battle that I
Oh,
have
you
going on
say?
with
Yeah,
Smokey
well,
Saint
he
right now. And it has been going on for 3 months. I have explained the rules thoroughly.
To Smokey?
And Smokey just got his first victory tonight.
How?
He totally got what he wanted out of that
Yeah,
exchange.
he did because you let him
He
talk.
totally got what he
because you let him talk.
Well,
I don't stop people from talking. I don't believe in that.
Yeah, but you subverted the rules for him. A little
No, I didn't.
A
How?
little bit.
How
I
did
don't think
subvert
he
the
did.
rules?
But what
He
should have
wasn't allowed
happened?
to speak when he fucking started
But he
talking.
didn't.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
no. I held
You
up
guys-
the rules.
You guys, both of you are completely missing the point here.
Knock did not subvert the rules. That's
Well,
ridiculous.
Smokey
Okay, I mean,
shouldn't
the
be
thing,
able to
this is
talk
what,
just
hold
because
on,
he
hold
showed
on.
up.
I'll let you finish your point because I think you're making a very good point. But let me just say right now, see what happened was, and I don't remember, how we got on politics, but that's a
I
subject.
make the fucking rules.
Yeah.
I just think that Smokey has a lot more drama than you guys think. I don't think he's making very good fucking points, and I think you're giving him way
agree.
more airtime than he.
Well, but hold on,
deserves.
can I finish my point? I haven't talked for like 10 minutes. All right.
Okay.
The thing is we got on the topic of politics. I don't remember how.
Fucking rules.
Yeah.
I just think that Smokey has a lot more drama than you guys think. I don't think he's making very good fucking points, and I think you're giving him way
agree.
more airtime than he.
Well, but hold on,
deserves.
can I finish my point? I haven't talked for like.
Well, technically yes, because the two dunces are making it about the drama.
10 minutes. All right.
Okay.
The thing is we got on the topic of politics. I don't remember how we got on that topic, but it was just a top. And then Chris came in and was saying something about Trump, being so great. And it's just a fucking subject that's really near and dear to me that I know a lot about. And so I went on and on a little bit. When normally when I'm modding, I don't interject as much as I did over the last 20 minutes. Or
But how come Smokey gets to come in and just have a bitch fit and then leave,
Oh
and
my
everyone's
God.
like,
There is a nuance here that every fucking body is ignoring
and
right now.
It wasn't a bitch fit. What the fuck are you talking about?
did tell me not to put anybody backstage. So,
sure, for sure. I mean, but he didn't raise his hand. So, like, what's going on here?
well, to be fair, the conversation had ground to kind of a halt, and nobody was putting their hand up.
I guess. I think he just is more drama for your channel. So whatever. I can talk shit about Smokey anytime I want to, but I mean, sure, let him have the time if you want to.
No, I mean, you can talk shit about him right now if you want. I don't.
The nuance that everybody is missing is, number one, we're still talking about Smokey, and that's exactly what he wants. Number two, he got John and Rage kind of butting heads, which is what he wanted. He should not have made the donkey comment, and so when he did that, Rage should have.
Yeah, I'll give Leophilius credit here. I don't know what I was blabbering about. I just really just stated the obvious.
Put him backstage and said, "Look, no, dude, if you're gonna come in here, you're not gonna hurl your insults at people. You're gonna address people like the motherfucking adult that you tell everybody that you are." So yes, he should have been put backstage for that comment and said, "Look, nope, not happening. If that's what you're gonna do, then you're not coming back in. I'm gonna bring you back in. Next time you make an insult or an insultive comment to somebody, I'm kicking you completely out of the stream. End of story. Goodbye. The end. We're not having that." However, That being said, he still should have been allowed to come back in, make his point, talk about what he wanted to. But when you know that somebody's going to make insults specifically to get people riled up, and then you let them do that, and then you get riled up, then you just lost.
So,
And that's what happened.
I don't want to change the topic.
He was just simply asking a question. Well, he was making an inquiry to John Peterson, not John Grashala, John Peterson. Can he define what a Christian is? I don't know what your history is with the Smokes, but at this point, he wasn't trying to insult or anything. He was asking questions. He was making inquiries. Hey, like John Peterson, could you define what a Christian is for me? And then Knox steps in. So it wasn't an insult or anything. I mean, the fact that your egos got hurt without him even insulting pretty much says a lot, you know?
Overly. But I did look up, so I do own a logic textbook that covers like a lot of different like logical points. And I did search about that. So it defines argument from authority as an argument from authority is an argument that concludes something to be true because a presumed expert witness has said that it is, which is true. But it also says, so under fallacies of weak induction, it names that appeal to unqualified authority, argumentium ad veracundium.
Veracundium?
Veracundium, which is that the appeal to authority fallacy is a variety of the argument from authority and occurs when the cited authority or witness lacks credibility. There are several reasons why an authority or witness might lack credibility, but nonetheless that it's fallacious. So, at least in the book I'm reading from, it appears to only define argument from authority as being fallacious when it's from an unqualified authority.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
The argument doesn't always. The argument isn't always fallacious. It seems just that it is fallacious when it's not from an authority.
Yeah, but if you are arguing from a relevant authority, then that's not an argument from authority. That'd be deferment to expertise.
Yeah, it failed to distinguish the two from each other. It still considers referring like to an expert as being argument from authority.
I don't consider it that. The philosophers I've talked to don't consider it that.
All right. So, I mean, any of the people that have watched or actually been here for the stream and inside the stream the last few weeks when we had this, way of modern, I thought it went well the first few times we used it.
Yeah, when it works, when people do it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's good, and I think you also need to like keep in check yourself. Like sometimes you guys like to get on ramble, and then John forgets to check the list or the chat or whatnot, and then other people.
That happened tonight, but I don't think it happened prior to this.
That was it.
I mean,
I never said no. It's my fucking turn to talk. I never said it didn't work. I said we needed to be able to change on the fucking spot. We need to be able to change on the fucking spot.
And
we need to be able to change the dynamic. And when I state clearly that I'm done with the politics, let's move to a God topic. And then 40 minutes later, we're still on politics. And Smokey Saint is sitting there for 20 minutes.
So why are we always on about Smokey Saint? What's so fucking special about Smokey Saint?
Well, I think it's
Well, at the time, I guess only John was just bringing him up.
Never comes in my room. So when I literally have a scroll at the bottom of my fucking channel challenging him to come in, I accept challenges. I do not run from conversations, and I do not give Smokey Saint a moment to win a battle.
He should have he should have every opportunity to face all of us like everyone else faces all of us.
I didn't say he shouldn't have, but he didn't get that chance because he was immediately put backstage. He was immediately told and talked over. No, he didn't get that chance.
Well, he should have abided by the rules. I'm not speaking for John or anything, but like he did come in and you were just like
either we have rules or we don't.
Okay, well, like John made the rules and then he came in and you were just like, just let Smokey talk, like without any, like I had to follow the rules.
Okay, did raise his hand.
Follow the rules. Like
we literally waited until his turn came.
I don't see it with that.
We literally waited for that.
Okay.
Smokey did. He said hand. It is off this topic.
Okay.
And the staying on the topic is entirely my fault because I was the one that rambled on something else, and then that conversation kept going. So that's my fault. Yeah, if Knox says, "Look, guys, we're switching the topic," then that means that stop talking about what we're currently talking about and switch the topic.
Yeah.
And it's not only that. I don't want people timed out in my side chats unless they're putting down slurs, and I don't want people coming in here not able to fucking talk. Whatever his point is, whatever his fucking point is, you got to hear it and then you respond.
Well, fine. I was wrong, but like
Now
okay.
I'm stepping away again because I'm fucking angry. And please continue with the conversation. I'll be fine in a moment.
It just seems like Smokey gets to come in here and say whatever the fuck he wants, and everyone's like, "Ooh, drama," and then we go for that.
And we
start talking about
just stop talking about my elbow.
Like, make fucking points. Like, I'll talk to Smokey too, but like,
Yeah, you could. The thing is, though, is that you could argue the same thing about creationists or flat earthers or any other form of conspiracy theory, but we shouldn't silence them simply because their point is contrarian, and even if we know their point are false.
Well, I wasn't talking about silencing.
That's why Rage
them having the rules that they have. I was wrong
No,
about the fact that he was raising his hand. I was wrong about that. Okay, I will concede to that.
And you seem to be suggesting like that we overturn like Smokey wanting to be, you know, special in favor of having better conversations.
I do think that. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but in this particular room, I mean, we allow different people to express their opinions, no matter how stupid they may be.
Well, I didn't say that. I just think there's deference given to Smokey because he's dramatic.
I don't think so. I think it's more that he's not in here a lot. When he comes in here, when it's very rare, Rage wants to give him the chance to actually. That's why he wanted the topic.
That's not your fault, though. That's not all y'all's fault, though. He can come in anytime, just like I can.
Made an inquiry.
Yeah, if Smokey wants to come in and be a pissant, he can come in and be a pissant. I mean, nobody has an objection to that.
The problem is that he doesn't. So
To be fair, he started to make his point, and it was fallacious, and it was like a straw man, and I jumped on him because I fucking hate him. He is the worst piece of shit on the planet.
Hold on. He asked you specifically to define what a Christian is, and here you go, in his absence, just talking shit. I mean, no wonder. Dude, Lo was so right. When she said that atheists would like to LARP around Christians that give Christianity a bad name. And there you are, Mr. John. I don't know what you believe, but whatever it is that you believed might have led Smokey to think that, well, you're the unsavory type.
He is Matt Powell. He is fucking, whatever that other fucking dude's name is that I can't think of right now. I mean, he has no probative value in any discussion. He's like subhuman as far as I'm concerned. But
yeah,
no value in any conversation. Is that why you're talking shit behind his back or when he left? Is that why you kept quiet when he simply inquired from you to define what a Christian is? Is that what you couldn't do? And then there you are calling him a piece of crap. Yeah, well, I mean, good job, John. Like, way to posture morality and, point out that he's a piece of shit along with your dunce cap avatar. Yeah, good job, dude. You're really an inspiration to us all.
like Knox said, this is his channel, and if he wants to talk to Smokey, I should have kept my mouth shut. But I got pissed.
Well,
told me, don't put people backstage. That's a tactic.
Well, look who's the big piece of shit now. That because you admit that you didn't actually demonstrate a semblance of character and ethics at the same time. So I don't think that even in your gloating, especially when he just left the room, that you're basically in no position to be calling him a piece of crap or having your morality and virtue signaling fit 20 minutes after the fact that he left.
I saw Skylar using it when somebody won't shut the fuck up.
John.
Backstage, let him calm down a little bit. And Knock explicitly told me, don't put people backstage. And I did it anyway.
At this point, he's just trying to validate what he did.
I broke Knock's rule.
All right, well, I'll eat crow and I'll just be quiet from here on out. Okay.
You don't have
I think you're raising a good point.
Hey, you don't have to eat crow. You made some excellent points.
I mean, it's just the people who run this channel have different policies concerning, interactions, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And I still think that Smokey should have been put backstage for the donkey comment. Knock doesn't think he should have. It's his channel. He gets to make those rules. Had it been my channel, had I been in that position, I'd have put him backstage and said, no, you are free to come in here, talk about whatever you want, but you're not hurling insults. It's not going to happen.
Well, and to explain exactly what goes on here, the differences in running the channel. I don't run the channel at all. I mean, it's Knox's channel.
And the difference, if you dish it out, you got to be able to take it. I call him Icky Taint. I call him, I sling the insults back, and I don't run away from them.
I'll give Knock credit here. At least he's consistent with the insults here. We hurl insults at each other all the time. At least he's giving credence to the idea that we're not sissy with crybabies here.
I get the worst comments probably of most atheists on YouTube. The worst of the worst. I shrug them off and I continue what I'm doing. I don't let people deter me. I am here to face the worst of the worst. It's what I do. It's what I've always done. And it's what I will do until they take me off of YouTube. And sometimes to face the worst of the worst, you get in the fucking mud and you get dirty. It's
yeah,
what I
but
do.
why is Smokey such a baby? Why isn't he even here?
I can't control how much of a baby he is, but he got what he wanted. He got exactly what he wanted.
You didn't come in here for a chat.
He got me and John arguing on stream. He got John to do what you don't let a Smokey manipulate.
Okay, no, dude, you guys. I mean, when the dude came in, and I'm not talking about the drunkard dude. I'm talking about my elder. When the dude came in, you and Peterson just instantly cannibalized yourself, and then Tioga goes on and how do I say this? Goes on for a little bit of a exhortation, like, why is Smokey Saint getting privileges? Why is Smokey Saint getting privileges? In fact, I guess John Peterson also echoes that, because apparently it is far more it is very much probable that it was John Peterson that put Smokey in the back, considering that 14 minutes after the fact in this video, he starts talking shit, calls him insufferable, all that stuff. So it is very clear that it was John that did it. And he tried to make it look like Knock was the one who did it. Okay, Smokey didn't say a goddamn thing, and you guys just started cannibalizing each other. John started it too. I mean, I'll give credit. John started it all. I'm not gonna overlook that.
But you just don't. And he manipulated. He did what he did.
Well, here's the thing,
and I knew it. I knew it when he came in.
Didn't manipulate.
Well, right, but
People
he
are
didn't
just
manipulate. I did what I wanted to do, and I should have fucking followed your rules.
Well,
I mean, I can't.
I give John leeway on the channel for a reason, because I trust his instincts. But when it comes to Smokey,
you sure about that?
Smokey has gotten under John's skin, and it's because Smokey does that, because he's a fucking detestable human being. My intention is to expose him.
You're right. You're right about one thing. I do look at Smokey differently than other people that have some of the.
You know what? Keeping quiet was the wisest thing that Tioga has done in this panel. They won't shut the fuck about him.
The same attributes as him, but usually I'm under the umbrella of.
And I can tell that Leophilus is getting impatient. He's getting impatient. They Smokey Saint and all that shit, and look at Leo here. He's getting impatient by the second.
You believe, and what Skylar believes, is the worst indictment of people like that is to let them talk and to let themselves be heard. I mean, Leo didn't put it that way, but he alluded to that earlier. But it's just, when it comes to Smokey, I already know what a subhuman piece of shit he is, and this isn't my decision to make, because
dude, it's so super hard.
But wait a minute,
it's so super hard to not see that about this motherfucker.
I don't think there's any probative value in hearing anything Smokey has to say. That's what my problem is. So, I mean, from now on, we're having these open rooms.
There literally isn't. There's no value to it, John. There's none.
I mean,
there's no value. There's no value in any of the things 90% of Christians say.
Right,
and that's the point of Smokey.
Let me put this point out, just real quick. All right. First of all, what I've learned from tonight is that up until there's, I say, 6 people in the room, we should just suspend the hand thing, okay? Because it was a little too clunky. It's more for, like Knox said earlier, if there's like 8 to 10 people in the room, 7 to 10 people. And then what I'm going to do from now on, and hopefully you'll be here, Leo. If not, there'll be somebody else here we trust, or Knock can take it upon himself. If Smokey comes into the room, I'm going to excuse myself and go backstage, and we can do whatever you want with Smokey, but I will not be on a stream with Smokey.
Yeah, and the thing is, if I issue a challenge for somebody to come in here, and I'm going to put it back down on the bottom of the screen, right? So if I'm issuing that challenge, right, I'm picking a fight. I'm not. Smokey didn't come in here picking a fight. I picked the fight. Right? Yeah. We've got to be honest about it, and that's my thing. And John,
that's just a better thing for the channel, because you guys have had that thing going back and forth for months. I don't even need to. It's like that. That's an A-B conversation.
What? No, that's not gross.
So like, and that work better. I should have thought of it when he got here. And
I do want to apologize, John, because you are a co-creator here. You have leeway. But we've had that behind the scenes conversation to where, like, dude, I do play by different rules with Smokey, because I'm playing a different game with Smokey than I play with any other Christian that I have so far. and I played it really well right up until tonight. I've won every single battle. Smokey got one tonight, and he's gonna have a fucking field day with it. I mean, we're gonna be talking about it.
Here's the thing.
This is what I'm talking about. Smokey Saint does not have an honest bone in his body. I every time I've went into Smokey's room, we have had some solid conversations. Now,
come on in, Smokey, home here.
I go into his room to pop the bubble. I've talked about that, and that's because Smokey doesn't come in my room. Talking about a single battle. Smokey got one tonight, and he's gonna have a fucking field day with it.
Yeah,
I mean, we're gonna be talking about it. This is what I'm talking about. Smokey Saint does not have an honest bone in his body. I every time I've went into Smokey's room, we have had some solid conversations. Now,
come on in, Smokey, home here.
I go into his room to pop the bubble. I've talked about that, and that's because Smokey doesn't come in my room. And he never. I have to follow.
You just did, you moron.
Him around. I have to pop that bubble. Oh man, oh, here we go. All right, guys.
Smokey.
What up, Smokey?
Hold on.
I bet you're happy right now.
Hold on.
John's in the I'm not sure if John put himself in the back or he just left the studio, dude. Like, that was like the instant he came in. Oh man, these characters. Oh man, Smoke. I mean, at this point, you gotta be leaking irritant liquids, man, because they did you a number on that particular thing. That's for sure.
Gotta fix my audio. Hold on.
John kept his word. Johnny, you should have made that a policy that started tomorrow.
Oh, so he left.
Okay. I see that you figured out. I see you figured out your virtual tool.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Yeah, no, actually, I figured to finally start messing around with the OBS a little bit. Yeah, it's cool stuff. Yeah, no, hey, I wanted to just run by that thing, like because it seems to be a contradiction. Like, do you or do you not always come into my stream to disrupt things? Is that not what you said?
No, I haven't actually. I mean, I famously swallowed everything and let you go on your vitriol for quite a while, and I never blew my shit. And actually, we came out of that, and you thought that we were going to be cool, and then I called you out, and you got butthurt.
Well, no, but you admitted that you only intentionally ever come into my rooms to disrupt things. Are you denying that now?
Did I say that at some point? I've had
if you actually should let me share my screen.
I've had COVID for like 10 days, my dude.
So then, okay, well, can I play the clip and then you can explain it?
Well, I mean, if you say like disrupt, if you mean like come into your rooms to be just an atheist, well, sure.
No, I mean, like you literally say intentionally responding to my statement of surprise that you're admitting that you're actually intentionally coming into my rooms to disrupt and keep the conversation from moving forward. I'm making that claim and you're validating it, and I'd like to just show the clip if you let me show the screen. It's your stream.
Oh, sure. Yes, please show the clip.
Cool.
Weird. I just don't get it. Explain.
Well, you're straw manning evolution.
I try to disrupt the room every time I go into a Smokey Saint room. Smokey, you're just figuring this out.
Well, right, and I brought that up to point out again.
So that's you just literally admitting that's your intention.
So what does disrupt the room mean? Does that mean just come in and be?
Well, you tell me. You're the one that.
Well, I'm responding. I'm responding now. Can you let I'll let you speak. So I'm saying, and I've often admitted this, that I follow you around and I come to pop your bubble. I come to be the atheist that I am, that you detest, that you call the garbage clown, Ronnie, rotten crotch, cockroach, garbage trash that I am, and I do come to be the atheist that I am in your rooms. I don't come there for nice conversation. When it's nice for an hour and a half, that's boring. I don't come there for that. I come there to be rage.
So you come in to try and validate the points I try to make colloquially about
like what? No, your points about me is that I'm a neo-Nazi, anti-Semite, that I hate women, that I mean, all of these things that you yourself are.
Well, I've provided actual argumentation to that. I don't know what you've.
What do you mean? I mean, we literally.
I don't want to unpack that all over again, Ronnie. We've already been over that, and I haven't heard anything from you about the whole discrimination of the Jews and taking bad history.
I called them.
You haven't been listening, you dumbass.
Okay,
he's refuted your
so shit
for that 50 fucking times. You rat roach fucking retard.
He's stealing mine now? He's stealing mine now? Well, that fits.
Well, he's right, though. He's right. I mean, so I did call the right.
Okay, we've come to that part. So Smokey pointed out that he just, Knock is everything that he claims that he's not doing, which is appeal to his bad history, appealing to can we just go back? I mean, the above statements.
Well, I've provided actual argumentation to that. I don't know what you've.
What do you mean? I mean, we literally.
Well, I don't want to unpack that all over again, Ronnie. We've already been over that, and I haven't heard anything from you about the whole discrimination of the Jews and taking bad history.
I called them.
Ooh, anti-Semitism. We need to. I think it's better off that we find something of that sort. But he's not speaking to Smokey Saint. He's speaking to Will Kincaid. That would be a much more awesome confrontation. It will just erupt. But I think there's a stream for that. I just gotta go dig for that.
I thought you were a Christian. I called them.
You haven't been listening, you dumbass.
Okay,
he's refuted your
so much
shit
for that
50
rule.
fucking times. You rat roach fucking retard.
Oh, he's stealing mine now? He's stealing mine now? Well, that fits.
Well, he's right, though. He's right. I mean, so.
He had evidence, and compared to you, Rage, you just ran to the very things that you thought were just gonna refute Smokes. But don't worry, we'll see that kind of extent when I go to my archive channels.
I did call the writers.
So by the way, is the whole issue Peterson has with me because I use the exact languages he uses at me? Is that the whole argument?
You use that. Smokey, so
he gets to come in and use the language at me because he's upset at me using the language. Is this the argument?
So you use that language and he throws it back at you because you're.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever happened to don't hurl insults as the rule, but I mean, well, this is Knox channel anyway, so
right. I'm just showing you how much you
But he has to censor
you are literally everything. I find it refreshing that you just said those words. I've never heard you admit a mistake before.
Of course I did. I did with Rip too. I apologized to him on Math Pig's channel. That happened to Peterson. You just don't see it.
That was fucking
and I think you're just biased against it anyway.
Yeah,
that was contrived though. That was because I was calling you out in chat, and then like it was like literally.
I couldn't even.
It was not even.
You were even there.
Like, did you give Rib respect when he was talking shit?
I had no clue, dude, for you to even try to take like any credit for that.
Hey, let me ask you this, Smokey.
I was literally in that side chat talking shit to you about that.
Hey, you would you make a public apology to Jen Aldridge?
No, negative. She's a dirty e-thought. No, not gonna happen.
So what is an e-thought and how is she one?
I think you're an e-thought.
She did a.
Oh, Jen Aldridge. Okay, we're gonna go back to that, but the idea of Knock being a Jew-hating and discriminatory folk and appealing to bad history. Yeah, we have this right here. It's in this particular debate.
When he's done.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Appreciate it. So the idea of the principle, the one foundational moral leg that the atheists have to lean on to separate the difference between homosexuality and pedophilia is the concept of the morality of consent. Now,
and then bring me back when he's.
Promise you, Vladimir Lenin.
It's freaking amazing.
And I guarantee it. If you don't put him in the back, I promise you he'll interrupt me. I guarantee.
Go ahead, put me in the back, and then bring me back when he's done.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Appreciate it. So the idea of the principle, the one foundational moral leg that the atheists have to lean on to separate the difference between homosexuality and pedophilia is the concept of the morality of consent. Now, the concept of the morality of consent is a cultural construct and not one that they can even claim as an objective moral because it's not appearing anywhere inside the natural world or the animal kingdom. Rape is very common. So consent is just something that they constructure of minutia as a leg to stand on to say, well, this is why.
No, it's rules for me and not for
there's
thee.
no agency consent in that. And the only reason they get that is from experts in the field that they rely on that say that children are incapable of consent or there needs to be consent laws. And that comes from these cultural institutions, not objectively moral ones. So if we kick that leg out from their moral argument about the idea of consent being the foothold of the moral difference between the two fronts, whether it be pedophilia or homosexuality, then they have no leg to stand on to say that pedophilia is wrong anymore. And here what you have sociological, psychological secularists who are experts in the field that are denying any value to the consent laws, or that the consent laws really should be considered all, or that a child doesn't have the right to actually consent to autonomous use of their body in sexual pursuits. So they're actually kicking out the leg of the atheist argument of claiming that, well, consent is the issue. Well, once you remove that, and these experts in the field of psychology are doing exactly that, kicking out that leg of the argument, the atheists, if they support homosexuality, no longer has an argument against pedophilia. Because now it is a consensual action between two parties capable of giving consent. And this is what
there you go. There you go.
The modern secular field of atheism. And Rage fully supports that entire field and its contents therein, whereby Rage is actually directly supporting and rooting for pedophilia. So he can call me whatever he wants. But at the end of the day, because of the social positions that he's leveraging and taking, he's losing the ability for his moral outrage against pedophilia. And the very metric that he's appealing to is starting to justify it. So where is he going to go to leverage his supposed moral standard in this situation when the experts and the center line that he's appealing to are telling him that it's okay? So that's the issue. If he supports homosexuality, and of course the fields of study that support that as a healthy sexual practice, which now are also turning to support this, where is he going to go? He can't. He's going to have to hold the line and basically end up becoming, as he's trying to deflect now, a supporter of pedophilia. Now I'm done, and you can bring him back in to respond.
Yes, Rage, and since you probably didn't understand most of the words that I used because you have a fifth grader's dialectic, allow me to summarize in short order for you. You're a disgusting piece of shit because you actually help promote and propagate pedophilia, and you actually support the people that abuse and exploit children. So if you missed it, that's as simple as I can boil it down for you. I hope your tiny, inferior toddler intellect was able to wrap its way around that one. So I'll wait for you to continue to dodge accountability of that argument.
Field of study who are saying children are perfectly capable of sexual consent.
If they are saying that, then they're not of me or anything about me.
Okay, justify that. Okay, justify that then. What makes them
because
not
I
of
believe
you?
in adult consensual relationships.
Okay, well, they believe that child relationships are consensual.
Well, I don't.
Atheists and secularists. Well, that doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, a lot of theists and Christians believe that same shit too, Smokey. So what's your point?
Aren't you? Don't run, bitch. Answer the question. What justifications do you have to say they're wrong?
What?
You don't have any. There you go, you dumb fag. You finally.
There you go. And there it is. What justification do you have to say that these scholars from your secularist camp, who are 10 times more educated, 10 times more knowledgeable than you, what is the argument they're wrong? What moral leg do you think you're going to stand on? You don't have one? We'll see. You're a disgusting, immoral monster that supports the abuse and exploitation of children on a massive macro scale. This is why you would never want atheism to be normative. This is why the raging atheist is one of the better highlights of why you would never want to allow this to be a normal thing in society. Look how disgusting and immoral and cancerous he actually is. He can't even tell you why or how he doesn't like pedophilia. Can't even tell you. Can't even give you an argument as to why it's even immoral. Can't do it. And do you know why? Because if he's consistent ever, which he never is, but if he was, he'd have to admit that he actually has no problem with it at all. He has no justification to have any problem with it. He supports the sexual autonomy of the agent. He supports the gender autonomy of the child, choosing that they can be a different gender, making a radical life decision like that early on in their age. He believes that they have the capacity of consent for that. So where is his justification that they don't have the capacity of autonomy in their sexual decisions at an early age when he validates the autonomy of literally everything else? What's the argument? He doesn't have one, which makes Rage a closeted pedo supporter. He's ashamed of being a pedo supporter. He's ashamed of promoting pedophiles, but he just doesn't want people to know how disgusting he is. So much like his racism and anti-Semitism, he tries to hide it until it can't be hidden anymore. So Rage is more disgusting than anyone on this platform, because for all of his posturing and claiming to white knight for good causes, at the end of the day, he absolutely loves, supports, and propagates the abuse of children on a massive scale. So he has no justification. And he has no ability to ever look at anyone who's committing harm against children like that with sexual abuse and say that's wrong. Has no footing. All he can say is, well, I believe. Well, I believe it's wrong. Well, I believe. Who cares what you believe? You don't care what anyone else believes. You don't care what the Christians believe. You don't care what anyone else that isn't an atheist believes. You don't even care what most other atheists believe. Otherwise, you'd shut your channel down and stop embarrassing them. You don't care what anyone believes. So why are we supposed to care what you believe? Why should they care what you believe? Why should the rest of society and culture care what you believe? Especially when the experts are saying you're an idiot. Your own experts from your own secular fields are refuting you. What's your argument that they're wrong? What is it? Give it. Put it up. You can't. You know why you can't? Because you're a disgusting moral monster that supports the abuse of children, both in your actual policy decisions, what you vote for, and actually in terms of this, that you have no argument to refute against the abuse of children. Disgusting. You're an absolute disgusting human being, Knock. And you know what? You do absolutely deserve to rot in hell for eternity. You really do. I mean, I don't buy into this whole you're too retarded to be accountable. You really are a disgusting human being of the highest order. And you do deserve exactly what you're going to get. And when you get it, don't think that you haven't earned it, because you absolutely have. Go ahead, Boki. You want to say something?
Oh yeah. You know what, Smokey? I would never. I mean, to give some charity at least, I would never argue that no atheist has a moral compass. I will give them to that. I'll give them that. But again, as you said before, it's just pure shifting sands. Sometimes their compass is consistent, but when they don't like something, they become inconsistent. And I always thought that, I think the cumulative case of God, in which the moral argument seems to needs a redefining, or it has to be remade, and I believe that. But at this point, I could actually use the classical definition of that. I mean, the actual modus ponens of that.
Landed on my point. This is
quick.
why you
Rage.
Sure. Why don't you, real quick, Rage? Why don't you come in the room and stop being a coward little bitch, you worthless little faggot?
You said you wanted to come in and challenge me last night. Then you ran with your tail tucked between your legs because you know you can't contend with me. Well, I'll tell you what. If your only answer is continually to avoid the argument that you're a massive pedophile supporter, all you're doing is deflecting. I've laid an argument at your feet that your moral structure and stance, it reveals you and exposes you as a disgusting moral monster that supports the abuse and exploitation of children. Now, you can call me whatever you want. That's called an ad hom fallacy, when you attack the person who is providing the argument by avoiding the argument. It's literally an actual fallacy, you stupid, retarded dumbling. So how about you actually address my argument and stop deflecting and dodging as to how you're a disgusting, amoral, cretin, trailer trash piece of crap who actually supports and propagates and promotes the sexual abuse and exploitation of children and can't even answer a simple question as to why it's even wrong. You disgusting, vile piece of cancerous social garbage. You can try to deflect and fallacy your way out of this all you want, but guess what? The people on my channel aren't dumb. And we all now very much see you for what you are, Rage. So deflect, distract, whine, moan. We'll just enjoy the entertainment while you show that you can't actually answer the question how you're a proud pedo supporter. Yeah. Enjoy spurging, faggot.
Support child rape, you disgusting piece of
I
fucking
don't support child rape.
You literally do.
No, you're the one that kind of like raped a kid, not me.
Stupid to follow.
You see, this is where I say that the classical form of the moral argument actually applies to knock. Like, I think it needs some work, but the classical one, the one that we normally use, yeah, this applies on knock. Because of his godless moral compass, this very much applies to him. I mean, now you could call me a bigot for using that classical form of the moral argument.
Knock is all confused that we might have like some form of like moral indignation for someone we uncover as an active pedophile supporter. He's so confused that we're bothered by him being a pedo supporter. He's like, what's the big deal? A little triggered, aren't you? Aren't you just a little triggered by finding out that I actually support the rape and abuse of children? A little triggered over that, aren't you, Smokey?
Oh man, I love Iron Charioteer. Look, highlight that stupid little comment right there so that I can advertise this bit of stupid.
Oh, there's Sparkle. Hi, Sparkle.
Oh yeah.
Hey. I'll give this to you because this argument, the same argument I would use at Knock, is actually the same argument that applies to Iron Charioteer, who has basically supported the leftist border policies. Because of their ignorance and because of their disgusting amoral character, Iron Charioteer and Knock collectively are pedophile supporters, because the sex trafficking from the border and the abuse and exploitation of children has intensified many times over since Biden has taken over the presidency and pulled back the child separation policies that Trump had in effect to verify whether the children actually belong to the people that were breaking the law.
Okay, guys, I got to run, but we'll continue this some other time, especially if you guys are available, because, stuff. I didn't think that I'm going to be doing something else. My buddies are calling me. I'm going to be playing some repo, and yeah, I'll see you guys. I'm gonna just turn this into Revenge of the Sins continuation. All right, see you guys. Peace out.